I still wake up tasting metal. Like the night I stood under string lights in a rented tuxedo, watching 47 chairs stay cold and empty while the woman I loved walked toward me alone. My own blood chose a different table that evening. They chose her. They always chose her. And they paid for their champagne with the card that was supposed to buy her forever. This is the story I never wanted to tell, but the one I can't stop repeating in the dark. My name is Elias. 34 now. I fix servers for a living, quiet job, quiet life. People like me don't make waves. We make sure the world keeps spinning so everyone else can dance on it. Growing up, the dancing was always for my little sister, Mara. Mara with the laugh that filled rooms. Mara who could cry on cue and still look beautiful doing it. Mom called her, our firework. I was the smoke that lingered after the show, useful only for reminding people the explosion had happened. I got used to it. I told myself I liked the shadows. Then I met Lila. Lila smells like vanilla and printer ink. She keeps colored pens in her hair like other women keep flowers. When she said yes on a rainy pier 4 years ago, I actually believed the universe had finally looked my way. We planned something small. A hillside vineyard, golden hour, 50 chairs, tacos instead of filet mignon. Real life, not Instagram. My parents sighed about no church, but they promised they'd be there. Mara rolled her eyes and said, cute. Like a picnic with vows. I swallowed it. I always swallowed it. 2 months before the wedding, Mara volunteered to order the cake. I Venmo'd her $480 from the wedding fund. 3 weeks of radio silence. Then one night Lila found the refunded invoice in Mara's trash folder. Spa day. Full body scrub. The works. Mara's excuse when I called. Honestly, Eli, wedding cake is so 2010. Get donuts. She laughed like it was a joke between siblings. I laughed too. Because that's what you do when you're terrified of becoming the difficult one. Fast forward to the bridal shower. Mara walks in wearing white. Not ivory. Not champagne. Bridal white. Veil energy without the veil. Every head turned. Every phone tilted up. Lila, in her pale blue sundress, looked like a guest at someone else's event. She smiled so hard I thought her face would crack. That night she locked herself in the bathroom and cried so quietly I had to press my ear to the door to be sure it was happening. Through the wood she whispered, I just wanted one day where I wasn't invisible. I sat on the tile with my back against the door and felt something inside me start to rot. Wedding week. Mom texts, there might be a slight delay. Mara's stylist is running behind. I read it as normal Mara chaos. 2:15 p.m. day of, guests trickle in. Lila's side fills beautifully. My side. A desert. 2:45 p.m. I text Mara, you close. Typing bubble, typing bubble. Then the message that still flashes neon behind my eyes. Relax, Eli. No one's coming. We're all at my engagement dinner. 60 seconds later Mom slides in like a second bullet. Used your card for the venue deposit BTW, $5,400. Add a little more when you can, sweetie. I stared until the screen went black, then stared at the reflection of a man I didn't recognize. I walked back out to the vineyard arch like a sleepwalker. The officiant asked, should we wait? I heard myself say, no. We start now. Lila came down the aisle glowing, because that's who she is. She saw the empty chairs. She saw me trying not to shatter. And she still said, I do, like it was the easiest truth she'd ever told. We danced under string lights while half the seats watched like ghosts. At 2:47 a.m., still in my tux, I opened my laptop. I have this tiny YouTube channel, tech stuff mostly, 69,000 subscribers who like watching me fix printers at 3 a.m. I hit record. No script. Just the raw cut on my soul. I told them everything. Texts. Screenshots. The white dress. The spa day. The $5,400. I ended with 8 words I'd never said out loud. I'm done being the family's emotional crash test dummy. I uploaded it unlisted, sent the link to the family group chat with one line. Watch this before Grandpa does. Then I turned my phone face down and slept for 9 straight hours, first time since childhood. I woke up to a nuclear winter. The video wasn't unlisted anymore. Someone leaked it. Within 48 hours it had 12 million views. Comments weren't just support, they were war cries. Mara's Instagram went private in 4 hours. Her fiancé unfollowed her publicly. Mom's Facebook turned into a graveyard. And then the final gut punch I never saw coming. Grandpa called. 91 years old, voice like gravel and grace. Son. I watched it twice. I'm wiring you $5,000. Buy your wife the honeymoon those people stole. And Elias. He paused so long I thought the call dropped. I'm cutting them out of the will. All of them. You and Lila get the house, the lake cabin, everything. They don't get another cent of the money I bled for if they can't show up for the only grandson who ever showed up for me. He hung up before I could speak. The transfer hit our account the next morning. So here we are. Lila and I live in a little apartment that smells like coffee and new paint. On our kitchen wall hangs the photo of us dancing alone under those lights, 47 empty chairs in soft focus behind us. Some people say it's morbid. I say it's the most honest picture anyone's ever taken of us. Because love isn't the full room. Love is who stays when the room empties out. I lost a family. I gained a future. And sometimes, when it's quiet and the notifications finally stop, I still ask myself the question I can't answer. If the roles had been reversed, if it had been my chair left empty for Mara, would I have found the strength to forgive? Tell me in the comments. Would you?